Hi everyone, welcome back to my shop, my Beach Angel Tarot shop. I'm here to do my June mystery reading. I realized I did not do a June mystery reading. I've done one for April and May, so it is time to do one for June. And I never know where Spirit's going to go with this reading, so meaning I don't know what subject until I get into the reading. It's just, you know, mystery to me too. Like, I don't put any intention on it, on the reading. I just let Spirit guide me to whatever comes, and wherever we go is where we go. So I'm getting guidance for a deck right now for the reading itself. So I'm gonna open with the Chakra Insight Oracle deck, and then I'm gonna pull an opener. Like, this is gonna be this will be the main message. This is the deck that the main message is going to come from. And then I'm going to start with the Chakra Insight Oracle as an opener. I'm going to be using this deck, and I don't know the name of it. This is the deck, the tarot deck that they want me to use. So this is where we're going to go. And I have no idea myself. So anyway, I hope everyone's having a great beginning to their week. This is Monday. Oh my gosh. So I'm focusing on the energy. I'm going to open with the chakra deck and see what comes for everyone. What message wants to come, and I just want to give it a good shuffle. Okay, so focusing on everyone, the law of attraction, and what this is going to be a part of what this reading is about, or a message that needs to come through for someone, about something. We always have faith in that. There's a whole pile of them that fell. I'm not looking at them. So it's kind of hard to shuffle in this angle because I have the camera over here. I'm working on getting an overhead camera and doing a whole different layout and a different spread, and doing some horoscope readings as well when I get myself situated. So anyway, that's not happened yet. There we go. There it is. And I'm not doing reversals. And oh wow, beautiful. It's forgiveness. It was reversed, and I'm not doing reversals, but I can't help but feel that for some this could be about not forgiving someone or needing to forgive someone. And it says letting go, healing, growth, compassion. Number 23. So I'm gonna kind of bring it over. That's the thing with this camera, I can't tell like what's getting on the video, what's getting cut off. May need to put something else under here, just bear with me. Maybe that's better. It's a little higher up. Maybe that's too high. Let's try this. Okay. Kind of adjusting things and getting things just right. There may be a message in that as well. It started reminding me of, I don't know why, but I started thinking of the Three Little Bears. I don't know. It's crazy. Crazy things come. I mean, when Spirit's coming through, it's crazy things come through. You have no idea what's going on. Okay. So we have number 23, which is 5. So there needs to be a change surrounding forgiveness. And here we see the dandelion, which is all about making wishes. And it also is about perseverance, determination, because dandelions grow, you know, in conditions that you wouldn't think they could. You know, they just need any little crack, any little bit of sunlight, and they will come through. So it's about being perseverant and persevering and being determined as well. The energies from the dandelion. And we have the rainbow, so something good coming, and the clouds are parting here. So a change coming, or a healing change coming from letting go, and you know, letting go of any grievances and being forgiven. And in that there is growth. So I'm going to read a bit from the booklet and see what it has to say. But a beautiful heart chakra card of it says, let go of unresolved grief and blame toward yourself and others. The path of freedom awaits. So for some, this can be grieving, like grieving over the loss of a loved one. This can be a death of a loved one. This can be, you know, a divorce can feel like a death. This can be a loss of a pet that you're grieving, because the word grief is in there, and it kind of jumped out at me as well. So this isn't just about, you know, anger or, you know, situations and relationships, but it could be. So for everyone, this can be a little different. It says clouds part and a rainbow emerges. marking a moment of energetic celebration as a young woman releases a past grievance and sends a wish into the world. Dandelion seeds spiral through the breeze, each carrying a spark of new life force potential. From this one single exhale, 1,000 positive wishes circle to the earth, bringing forth a garden of fresh growth possibility, forgiveness. And it kind of brings up the energy of it snowballing too, like, you know, one single exhale, 1,000 positive wishes circle to the earth. So that's a lot coming back from letting one thing go. So much comes back and gets seeded in a beautiful way, bringing forth a garden of fresh growth possibilities. It says, it's time to let go of unresolved grief and blame toward yourself and others. When we cling to pain and grievance, we create blockages in our heart that dampen our energy and experience. Even if we believe we are justified in holding back forgiveness, in the end, we are the ones who suffer the most. Like a fragile wound, freshly cleaned, when we release old anger and resentment, we may at first feel raw and vulnerable. It is here in our vulnerability that we are wide open and sensitive enough to truly allow healing to begin. In this letting go, there is a strength and a lightness of being that has the power to transform. This card is an invitation to allow the energy of forgiveness to move through you. If you have not had the chance to fully express your grief or anger, you may wish to write down your feelings, cry, or even yell if you need to. Express what comes up for you and then be willing to let it go. Whatever it is, it does not need to define who you are, nor does it deserve to burden your heart any longer. Look at what you've learned and how you have grown from your experience. See the situation, yourself, and others with compassion and empathy. Recognize that we are all human and that mistakes actually lead to our growth and better understanding of each other. Look for the positive. Forgiveness does not mean that you agree with whatever has occurred. It just means that you choose to accept things as they are and realize that they are now in the past. Be grateful for the new understanding and perspective you have on things. Trust and allow all of life's imperfections, including your own, to be released into the breeze where they may spiral their way lightly back to earth. Set yourself free through forgiveness. So there is freedom and liberation from letting go and releasing any grievance, any unforgiveness, releasing any grief. So letting that go. So there is growth and compassion in that. And of course, this also brings up making wishes. You know, when you're blowing the dandelion, this is about making wishes, period, too. So, beautiful way to start the reading and message. So that may tie into the reading we're going to see with the dream deck. Oh my gosh, I couldn't get the word out. So this is going to be the heart of the matter. This is this is my Angel Celtic Cross. And I will put a link. So it starts the reading with an angel card. We start the reading with the angel card. And this is the most important energy and the most important message. And there it is. So we're going to see what this is. And then we're going to do the reading with... And there, my music stopped over here. Okay, now we're going to do the reading with this. We're going to use this tarot deck to continue on. So the heart of the matter is spring. Awakening, projects, renewal. Interestingly, there's flowers, of course, in there as well. These look like daisies. So the heart of the matter is these energies. I feel like awakening, new energies, projects. This can be anything. Renewing a sense of something that you want to start again. This can be a spiritual awakening. This can be, like I said, starting a project again or starting one period. Renewing yourself, refreshing your own energy. This can come in many ways. So we're going to see. Springtime is coming up as important, and we are still technically, I guess, in spring. We will start summer June 21st. So what I'm getting from that is something may awaken or refresh itself before June 21st. Or it may be a good time if you're thinking about launching a business or a project. It may be a good time to do that before the summer, before that date, if you're looking for a specific date. shuffle a bit here and focus on what messages want to come up. Okay, they're saying now it's and so we're gonna see the next one is the crossing this card for the positive, and it is the Hierophant. So the Hierophant, there's a change. The number 5 is really calling to me. So it's like an important change. The Hierophant, for me, this card, you know, is about many things, but for me, like right now, it's a lot of 5D energy. It's a lot of the higher power energy. And I feel by the end of spring, by June 21st, which isn't far from now, really. We are like, what is this, June 4th? So there's not a lot of time in between there, now and there. There is a change. A higher power is bringing a change. The 5 is talking about a change. There is a change that is going to occur, and it's being brought in or ushered in is the words that I'm hearing. Ushered in by Spirit. So, you know, it could be your guide is helping you with something, but Spirit is leading the way, and they are bringing in a change. And there's really not a lot more to say, but it's an important change. Feels, you know, because this is a major arcana, it's like a destined change. There is a change of energies that is being ushered in that is going to help you move forward. It's going to help you with an awakening energy. It's going to help you with a project, or it's going to help you feel more renewed, more refreshed in your own energy. Again, for everyone, this can be a little bit different, but you're going to see a big shift, and it is being brought in by Spirit. Okay, so that is crossing this for the more positive, and I'm just going to put it like that for now. The third one is the foundation and how the angels are supporting this energy, and it's the Lovers. So they're supporting this energy with decisions. So there could be an important decision that needs to be made, and it's going to occur before, I'm saying it's going to be before we turn to summer, because this is so close, and this is saying spring. For a lot of people that are watching this, it's going to happen before the 21st specifically. But they are supporting this with major decision. This is another major arcana, so this is big energy that's supporting it as well. But this talks about, first and foremost, the decision. But for some, I definitely feel like this is really tied together here now because of the forgiveness and the releasing, letting go of grievances, letting go of pain from the past, that type of thing. Bringing in new energies, awakening to something more positive. This has got to do with actual relationship. This has got to do for a lot, for, you know, for lovers, for a romantical relationship. So they're supporting that relationship, and the higher realms of this, you know, with the 5 here, Spirit, you know, is really leading the way, and this is kind of being ushered in, but they're supporting this divine relationship, and they are, you can see it's elevating the masculine, is elevating the feminine here. So there is a, with the awakening, there's a bit of an ascension, there's a shift coming, but they are supporting this divine couple, they are supporting this divine relationship, and they're supporting the decision. So they're bringing the decision. I feel for a lot, this is going to be a major decision that's going to be made for those that are not in that type of energy within the relationship. They are just supporting this divine relationship, period. But they're helping the masculine elevate the feminine into the proper position. And I'm not going to go too far deep into that because this is a general reading, because I feel a few things there, but I'm not going to elaborate on that. So I'm just going to let it at that. But that's the supporting energy, is the relationship itself, with Spirit leading the way and ushering in a change. So there's something coming here. So number 4 is the recent past, how the angels see their past in regards to this energy. So something that happened in the past, and it's the 5 of Wands. So it too is a change, but the 5 of Wands represents, you know, it can be tussles, it can be arguments, it can be confusion is the word that's coming. So some confusion has come in to the energies. Different different things came into the mix that, you know, may have caused confusion. You see a lot of people just kind of clamoring around, but nothing's, you know, nothing's resolved. Everybody's just in an action pose of their own. So there has been in the recent past some confusion. This could have been in May. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be, or it could go back 5 weeks, 5 months even. But something has come in and caused, you know, this type of energy, which is conflict on some energetic level, but on another one it is confusion is what I'm getting for a lot. And for some it could just be a change of energy, you know, with the 5. So for some that can mean if things weren't moving, they started to move, but they didn't completely come out of the 5 challenging energy. But if they were moving, they could have just stopped and it could have created confusion. So for everybody, this could come up a little bit differently, but in the recent past, or in the past up to maybe 5 months or more, heck, it could be 5 years, but I usually don't go back years and years. But there has been this, you know, confusing type of energy that's been going on. Number 5 is the angel's special message to you. And this, sometimes this will relate to the foundation, because when I lay it out the proper way, if I had an overhead, you could see this would be above this one. So this is the angel's special message to everyone, and it is the 2 of Pentacles. And the rainbow is there. So the rainbow is in the forgiveness card. And the forgiveness card had the 2 in it. So I think somehow the 3, well, the 3 is all about Empress and feminine energy and creation. But that rainbow is relating to the forgiveness card. I'm pretty certain. So, and we see the dolphin back here. I don't know if anyone can see. The dolphin represents joy and higher vibrational energies. And the ship and the moon are all coming up as symbols here in the card for some. But the special message is about balance for sure, but it's about integration. I'm hearing the word integration, integrating 2 things in the 3D. So there is some kind of, you know, balancing of this energy and connected with that rainbow. So it's like a rainbow connecting these 2 and being integrated. The energy is being integrated into the 3D. So that is what it's got to do with this foundational energy that's been in confusion, that's been in flux or movement or non-movement, if it was the other way for you, that something came in and created a change of energies. Let's put it that way. And it's being integrated and brought into balance now, is what they are saying here. Number 6 is the angel's future message to you. What they can see that you can't see. Something that's coming that you can see. They can see but you can't see. So it's a sense of, this is a 9 of Wands. I'm getting a few things from this. The fact that there's 8 of Wands back here, and there's, you know, this would represent communication and movement, but they're all like built up and made a wall here. So communication and movement has kind of stalled or come to a standstill, and it's created a blockade, but he's moved in front of it. So now he's in front of it, and he's got and like, so to speak, an Ace of Wands in his hand. So he's got new energy now. It's like he's come around, he's come in front of this. So this is now behind him, this communication that isn't moving and has built up a blockade. He's traversed that, and he's holding this new energy, which has the horseshoes on it. And the horseshoes, of course, well, there's that horse energy again. I didn't even realize. Horseshoes, you know, the horse energy has been coming up in my readings, and helping move the energies to where we belong. And so, but it also represents good luck. So there's a lot of good luck in this. But he may have not, you know, he's there holding it, but he's in a, I don't want to say a cowardly position, an uncertain position. He's on one knee, he's on bended knee, so he's not standing ready to move forward, but he's in a position to start doing so. So he has this energy that he's holding on to is sort of like going to help pull him up to move forward, is the energy that or the message that I'm getting from that card. So this is something they can see, happening here, that he's moved away and around this blockaded communication that is stalled and is about to take action. And this is actually going to support him. Like, he's going to be able to grab that and raise himself up with this new energy that's come in, which is, of course, connected to the horseshoe, which it's funny, I just realized that when I was looking at it. And so that energy is helping, is a new energy coming that is supporting, and is going to help him move forward and take new action, new energy, new action. And nines are endings of cycles, so there's an energetic cycle that will end when this, you know, ace of, so to speak, ace of wands that he's holding, and when he actually takes action on that. Something to do for yourself in regards to making this situation, because I say situation, more positive. So this is number 7. Something you can do to make it more positive, and it is the world. So the world talks about, it's another major arcana, and it's talking about, I feel a lot of self energy here. So I feel like focusing on yourself, honestly, with this card, and the feeling that's coming from it, not in a selfish way or a narcissistic way, but it's like the more you center yourself in your world and face the things that you want to achieve, and take action and keep moving in that direction for yourself, that's going to help this whole situation. Because it's like the world turns the axis of your world. You're turning the axis of your world. So every action that you take kind of brings that change into the rest of the situation. So you're like in control. I can just kind of see how that energy of how this placement is how something you can do yourself in regards to making this situation more positive, is to taking control of your own world. Just put it that way. It's a simple way of putting it, because I'm seeing visually, you know, more of this, like her spinning the axis of all the energy around. And so the more you know, take control and take action on your, well, she's wearing purple, so spiritual path, or the things that you are, you know, focusing on your own life and your own accomplishments and your own things that you want to accomplish. Let's put it that way. Just like kind of minding your own business, doing your own thing, not in a selfish way or a non-caring way. But that also helps pull the energy for the other, because, you know, they were supporting this divine connection and spirit is leading the way. But you know, the action and things, so he's doing something here and you're doing something here. So everybody's doing their thing, but everything adds to the whole, the totality of all the energies that are kind of swirling around. So that's what I'm getting. I'm going to let it at that. It's kind of hard to explain how I'm seeing it. Number 8 is the spiritual message to you. So this is like 5D message. So it would be coming from like the Hierophant, this energy that's going to come in soon and bring in a change. And it is a 9 of Cups. So it's beautiful. So it's wishes fulfilled. 9 of Cups is emotional fulfillment. The wishes that you have being fulfilled, and they're indicating again it's 9. So 9 of Wands was here, and the 9 of Cups. So it's like an end of a cycle and an emotional fulfillment coming. So for some, this could take up until like September, but for some this may actually come before the 21st. I don't like to give timing because timing's hard to say for sure, but it feels like for a majority or for a lot there's going to be a shift before the 21st, or right at, maybe because of this feeling of this being in the center of something, it could be right at that pivotal point when the sun turns. So that could very well be. It could also be this one, positioning yourself in the right place at the right time for something as well. And for those that meaning falls for, you know what that is. But the spiritual message to higher realms is telling you that there will be a wish fulfilled, and that, you know, they're helping bring that in, the energy in. And it's happiness too. So, you know, really connecting to that energy of joy and happiness for yourself, because these are kind of going together in that way. And again, for, you know, people think, oh, that's selfish and you're not uncaring, but it's not, because you're connected. Your energies are connected, and there's divine connections. Your energy is connected, so you're truly helping fuel the other with that. So being as positive as you can, connecting to that happiness, the wishes for your own life, focusing on that is definitely the message combination. Outcome energies, additional messages, 7 of Wands. And again, it's a man with the horseshoes on the stick. So 6 of Wands talks about movement and moving forward, and then again he has a new energy, and that new energy after the 6 with the 7 is a spiritual energy, and that spiritual energy is what now he's standing now, they're saying. So when he gains that spiritual energy, for some this can be July, I'm getting, for some I feel like there's going to be stages of this come. And so he's standing now, and that spiritual energy is fueling for some partners. For some partners it's going to be July, and that spiritual energy, you can see it as a general message, that spiritual energy is what comes after the opening energy. So 5 is the change, but they're also saying this higher energy was also involved in the confusion. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. But it's talking about the opening energy of the 6, because I'm getting like progressions of energies, like 5, 6, 7. We have the 8 behind him now, and the 9, but okay, we're going to move forward. I'm going to see what, there's another one for the outcome card, and it is the 2 of Swords. So, the 2 of Swords talks about, for me it's kind of like a feeling of stagnation, but here it feels more like the High Priestess, but not as major. It's like they're bringing it down a notch. Major Arcana is big energy. It's like, you know, the High Priestess. It's the unknown, yes, but it's like things that person knows. They have access to information. This feels the same, only it's not as fueled. It's not as dire, is the word you're saying. It's not as so there's a bit of that energy here. It's like an inner knowing, and a not sharing of that inner knowingness, but it's not on a grander scale, if that makes sense. And it's talking about the throat chakra here. So it's an unexpressed, and something that's unexpressed is coming up here. And I think it has to do with this, because, oh, okay, this is the 5 too. This is 23, which makes 5. So this is what, okay, when you do this energy, doing this is important. Doing this, releasing, letting go, and forgiving is important, because it fuels, it's the action, it's the movement that brings this movement in. This brings this change in, that reawakens, refreshes, renews this relationship, because this is all going in relationship energy. The energy that's supporting it is actually the masculine and the feminine themselves, the higher realms, the spirit, you know, and any decisions that come up to be made. So there's going to be movement and action. So this is like all kind of coming together. But this too is in regards to this. So that unexpressed crossed energy, like things that weren't said, things that were not expressed, is coming up here. But it has to do with this. So this was leading me to, I guess, for them to help me figure out where we were going with this. So this is the action. We're ending where we started. I don't know if you can see what I'm getting at here. This unexpressed inner knowingness that isn't the High Priestess, but it's that inner knowingness that you know. It's the unforgiveness caused the stagnation of the 2 of Swords, okay? But it's that inner knowing and the unexpressed things that, you know, the not expressing that forgiveness. And when you do so, when you take action on that with the Seven of Wands, when you take that action and release that and blow on that dandelion, then that sets this whole thing into motion. Okay, so kind of like a little slow on the draw there, because that kind of threw me, because I was feeling it like they were showing me as a lesser energy of the High Priestess and not as important. But is it important for me to conjunct me to this card and how it was involved in that? So hopefully that made sense to everyone. Now I'm going to look at the undercurrent. So I'm just kind of curious myself, which is funny. And I'm not surprised to see it, because it's the Ace of Wands. And it was at that important wand that was here. He's holding it after the Six of Wands. When the Six of Wands is like a road opener. And the road opener comes after the Five of Wands that was back there. And it was the wand he's holding. So it's that Ace of Wands. This new energy, this lucky with the horseshoe and the horse energy, is fueling that. So it's definitely coming up in that way. So that is in the undercurrent. So that, you know, what I just explained is in the undercurrent and moving the energies. So I'm going to pull a couple Rainbow Rain too. I'm going to pull a couple of these. They're asking me to pull from here. So I don't know if this is just you want to ask a question and see how these symbols or these words may answer you, or where we're going to go with this. And here we have comfort. So we have teddy bear. So snuggling and comforting energy is coming up, and we have relax and coffee. So maybe someone has a teddy bear that reminds them of their relationship, or there is comfort. Or when I see that, I see hugs. So maybe hugging your partner, you know, really brought you a sense of relaxation. Maybe you enjoyed going with coffee with your partner. There's things here that are going to bring up memories, I'm feeling. And we have the lion and strength. So things becoming stronger. Also, this brings up for me, of course, Leo time frame. And the fire, which we saw a lot of the fire with the wands. So fire signs as well. So I'm going to let it go with that. I hope everyone has enjoyed it. And yeah, this is going to be, I'm going to still label it my mystery reading and stay consistent, but this is really a lot about relationship. And I really don't even, I have to go back and watch my other ones. Once I do them, I usually don't remember. But this is definitely about a spiritually based divine partnership relationship, and its energies. So hopefully everyone has enjoyed the reading, and I will talk to you soon. Angel blessings.